Hello everyone, welcome to the Getting Off Track series interviews once again. I want to send a quick shout out to the sponsor Kramnik DD Meats out of Medina, North Dakota. Joe, Melinda, and the whole crew have been so supportive of me and want to thank them for their sponsorship of the interviews this season. If you haven't been to Kramnik DD Meats located in Medina, North Dakota, located just between Bismarck and Jamestown off of Interstate 94 to the north side, just a mile into town. They are a full service meat market and sausage processing plant along with a floral shop, convenience store items, bakery, whatever you may need food-wise, they have it in the small town of Medina. Be sure to swing on in. They're great supporters of racing and would love to have you stop on in and see what they can cook up for you, literally. And so I hope everyone's having a great off-season, and thank you once again for Kramnik DD Meats for supporting the interviews. Well, hello race fans and everyone watching out there. We're back with the Getting Off Track series with a fun interview. Today we have Layla Chaplin. She drives the number 86 WISSOTA Street Stock out of Cameron, Wisconsin. Layla, how are you doing this evening?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. In winter mode, it's kind of getting used to the snow now. Do you have snow where you're at?
Yeah.
Say it's probably tough to kind of be in race mode or race season, kind of getting ready for this next season. But I actually see that you're getting ready for the season already, and we'll kind of get to that in just a little bit. But to get to know you a little bit, talk to us a little bit about your racing career or how you got started in racing.
My first race was in 2020 when I was 8 years old in my sister's junior wing, and I was completely terrified of it. And then I ended up racing in our box around home for a year, and then I did junior wings and a jalopy for the past couple of years.
Okay, so a lot of go-kart racing, and I'm still getting familiar with go-kart racing myself, going to a little bit more every now and then. So where did you race go-karts at?
I raced it at Rice Lake. There is a track in their parking area, and then I raced it at Cedar Lake Arena.
Okay, so you got a little bit of indoor and outdoor racing experience. Cool. And so, yeah, that's good to kind of get your feet wet and get the racing bug in there. I assume you come from a family of racers, correct? Is your dad Joe that races the modified, I believe? Nice. Yeah, and I saw Joe and you a lot at the races this past summer because you traveled quite a bit in the 2025 season. I saw he kind of put his racing kind of on the back burner and kind of focused more on you. What's it like kind of just like watching him grow up in racing?
I thought it was really cool when I was younger, but I never would have saw myself actually doing it.
Okay, I was going to ask you, was it your choice to get behind the wheel, or is it more of him kind or your family kind of leading you into the driver's seat?
It's actually my sister. She started go-karting before I did, and then I ended up getting a cart after her, and then I kind of just took off with it.
Okay, and now is she still interested in the racing aspect, or is she kind of just like be one of the spectators and standby?
She likes watching. She's really into the dance. That's all she really does.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose you're around the age where there's a lot of sports and a lot of activities to kind of like distract or kind of just kind of pull us in different directions. And so, right now, is racing the main focus, or do you do other sports besides that?
Play softball and volleyball, but nothing really gets in the way. I kind of quit softball for racing, but next year I am going to play travel with my original team again, but I'll still be racing probably a lot.
Okay, awesome. Well, now based out of Cameron, Wisconsin, you mentioned a couple of the tracks like that you race for go-karts. When you talk about street stock racing, what would you consider your home tracks for the street stock car?
Rice Lake Speedway.
Okay. And so for me, that's about a 5 hour drive. It's actually kind of turned into one of my favorite places. I really enjoy going out there. But yeah, you put in a lot of miles this summer. I saw on my race pass over 50 races. And so Rice Lake being one of your home tracks, where else did you get to travel throughout the summer?
We went everywhere. We went to Cedar Lake, Rice Lake, KRA, Princeton, Ogilvy, River Cities, Greenbush, and there was probably a ton of other ones.
So
Granite City.
you basically did like a schedule like I do. I pretty much kind of bounce around to as many different tracks as I can. I think I hit almost 30 different tracks. Maybe we didn't hit that many, but that's still quite a bit traveling with a race car. I just have to travel with camera equipment. So you mentioned this is your first year in the street stocks. So did you have any main goals that you were setting into for the 2025 season?
I really just wanted to get comfortable with the car. We didn't really think we were going to run for rookie points. We kind of just ended up doing it once I got going, and I actually started really liking it. I just wanted to go out and have fun.
Good. And would you say that mission accomplished on keeping racing fun, even though you traveled quite a bit?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the summer. It's probably one of my favorite summers this since I started racing.
Good. Good. Yeah. I mean, I already missed summer, of course, with the winter. I'm not really uh, busy so much in the winter, so summer is kind of just like, dang, it's kind of hard to kind of get used to like not being busy, not having to travel everywhere 3 to 4 times a week. With the tracks that you went to, do any tracks stick out as your favorite or something unique that you didn't expect?
I really enjoyed Princeton and KRA Speedway this year. KRA was really hard to master, but at the end of the year, I really enjoyed going over there. And Princeton was probably my favorite since the first time we went.
Okay. Yeah, I got to Princeton for the first time this year too. That's a really cool track. It's way smaller than I expected. I thought it was kind of more of just a normal size, kind of like Ogilvy or something like that. But dang, that track is actually pretty tight.
Yeah, I enjoyed like small, always up on the wheel turning the entire time over the big ones.
Oh, I suppose kind of KRA is kind of similar. It's not really conventionally shaped, so you're always kind of doing something different from one set of corners to the next.
Yeah, it's kind of odd shape. It's kind of like a D. I really like it there though.
Good. Do you have any tracks that you haven't visited yet that you're looking to visit for the first time in 2026?
I don't really know. I'm hoping to get to some of the tracks that the Street Stock Tour is gonna run next year.
Nice. Yeah, hopefully I get to see that schedule here in the next month or so. I know they typically come out pretty early in the 2026 or early in the year, so it'd be fun to see a few of those tracks. And I know you were kind of spectating for like the little dream race that takes place in your backyard. Is that something that's also on the schedule potentially for next year?
Yeah, we're probably gonna run it. We just didn't run it this year because we were worried about rookie points and we didn't want to demolish the car.
That's understandable, especially at a big race like that. You never exactly know what can happen, but now you kind of got that first season out of the way, and you can kind of focus on kind of just taking strides in your racing program. What would you say? Were you nervous at all for those first few races, or how long did it take you to kind of settle in during the 25 season?
I was really scared of it, like the first 2 months of it. My first time ever practicing in it, I hit the wall, and then I was really nervous about it. And I don't know. Once I got going to a couple of the tracks, I felt comfortable after like 2 months, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, and it's helpful that you had so many races to kind of get used to, getting behind the wheel and like you traveled a lot of different tracks, so you had to race around a whole bunch of different drivers. Were they pretty comfortable with you racing around them, or are you getting along and getting some advice from them?
I know I never really had anybody that I met a ton of people this summer, and everybody was always super nice to me, trying to give me help and teaching me how to do it better than I could.
Nice. That's always good. Street stocks are one of the best classes for that, and just kind of like helping each other out, working together, and making sure everyone's kind of on the same page. And so, I mean, as you get more races under your belt, I'm sure that's just going to increase heading into next year. For as far as working on your car, do you have like a main duty? Are you mainly just the driver, or do you kind of do some like work on the setup or anything like that?
Help work on it all the time. Dad says I can't do it unless I actually help get it ready and do all of it with him.
Yeah, that makes sense. It takes a lot to get to the car to the racetrack, whether it's at the track or back in the shop. And so I'm sure, even if you have like a free evening in the middle of the week, I'm sure you're out working on the car every day.
Yeah, most of my things are just cleaning up the garage and getting whatever we can done.
Yeah, I mean, every little bit helps as far as like maintenance and keeping things organized and clean. Every little bit helps the racing program out. Now, as far as the 2026 program, so I mentioned earlier that you've already kind of gotten a head start in getting things all situated. What things are in the works for next season?
Dad's gonna run his mod, and we now have two street stocks, and I'm gonna drive one, and then the other one's a secret until mom reveals it.
Okay, nice. I love little surprises and kind of little teasers heading on in the next season. And so you're probably ahead of the game more than 95 to 97% of the racing crowd out there. So kudos to you on that. Do you have any plans to go to any races outside of the normal summer months? Any plans to go to like Dirt in December or down to Arizona or anything like that?
I'm hoping to go back to the WISSOTA 100 and the topless, and I think I want to try to run the street stock tour next year. I only raced in two of the races this year, and I'm hoping I can get into more of them next year.
Love to see you out there for those races. They're so much fun. They're my favorite races, obviously, during the summer, and it's so fun to just kind of travel across Minnesota country to all those different races and see all sorts of different people, like you and your parents. It's fun to see good folks like you at the racetrack every single week, and so that's going to be fun to see out there in 2026. Who helps you on your car as far as pit crew, sponsors, or anyone that you'd like to give a shout out?
I'd like to give a shout out to my family and all the people that helped me do it, and my sponsors. And Pooh Bear and Terry, they go absolutely everywhere with me. My grandparents, my mom, my sister, and all my sponsors and everybody who helps me be able to do it.
Excellent. Well, this is awesome as this was their first interview, so you did an awesome job. So hopefully you get to see more interviews for you in the future. Where can people follow your racing program?
Joe and Layla Chaplin Racing on Facebook, and my mom runs Chaplin Racing on TikTok.
Sweet. And I will say, very active and very good at what she does on those social media platforms. She puts me to shame with her content that she puts out. So I got to step my game up myself. So thank you, Layla, for taking some time out of your schedule. Looking forward to seeing you next year and hope you have a happy and safe off season.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you for the next interview.